is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hit. Scalp or die. Thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Green and red, they're my only friends. 1 minute charted, never pretend. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Oh, scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hit. Scalp or die. The thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hit. Scalp or die. The thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Green and red, they're my only friends. 1 minute charted, never pretend. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Oh, scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hit. Scalp or die. The thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Man, what a good morning it is. Everybody having a good day? Lots of stuff to tell you. A lot of cool stuff. I'm still going to trade evals today with you guys. I really, I have like so many funded accounts now. And I really kind of want to trade funded. But there's just like Apex keeps throwing out these ridiculous deals right now, which are just insane. They just threw out this deal this morning where every reset is 25 bucks, which is just absurdly cheap. So I blew a ton of accounts yesterday, just having a good time. I also passed a lot of accounts. I'm going to tell you the ones that I passed, and you know, the ones that I blew are just because I was fucking around. Literally, there was nothing interesting to say about the ones I blew. I was just having a good time because they're so cheap. But the interesting thing is that I thought I was like, okay, I blew these accounts. They're just gonna. I'm just gonna have to wait for the next sale. But they just came up with this unbelievable deal where every reset is 25 bucks, which means that it's effectively the same thing as like 19 bucks yesterday. All the accounts that I blew, I can just reset. I actually already reset one of them. Let me show you how to do this. So if you guys want to do the reset, I think you go into accounts, you go into your accounts, you go into active evals, right? And you can see like all the accounts that I blew. And all you got to do is just hit the reset account button into the accounts button and choose the account that you want to reset. So this one, what the hell is this one? This is 201. Okay, so I'm going to choose a 201 just for shits and giggles. And I'm going to say reset account. And it is just, look at this, check this. You don't even have to have the code. I think they don't require the code. Just say review. And it will automatically reset. Come on. Oh man, come on. I think they're getting swamped with so much resets. Come on, I just want to prove it to you. See that? 25 bucks. Press continue, and boom, it's going to go. Thing. So normal fee is 100. This is just 25 bucks. It's an unbelievable deal. So that means every account you guys blew yesterday, having a good time, you can reset today and do it again. I'll talk about this at the end of the show again, just to make sure that everybody gets the message. But this is a really good deal. You don't even need our code. Actually, I said use BK Save. You don't have to use our code because this is automatically will reset to your numbers. So very cool. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I passed one of my accounts because I think this is the structure. Hi, good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Letting everybody come into the room. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I passed one of the accounts. I actually took a screenshot of it. Let me see if I can. Hang on a second, guys. I wonder if I could show it. Open with Google Chrome app. Let me see if this is going to work. Oh yeah, it does. All right, awesome. Okay, so I took a screenshot of this. I don't know if you could see it. I wonder if I could do it bigger. Command plus. Okay. So yeah, you can see it. It's a little bit blurry, but the point being is, remember we did a straddle in gold, right? Yes, we did a straddle in NASDAQ, and that one just got funded right away. So that one is funded. And then we did a straddle in gold, and that account was 51.5. It was like $1,500. It was like halfway towards target, right? And I said I'm going to try to nurse this one to funding, and I kind of want to show you. So this is the wrong. This is just the basic portfolio. You see me getting it funded at 53,100. But what I wanted to show you was the strategy. So let me do this. Hang on. I'm going to show you the set of trades I did. Let me see. Open with Google Chrome app. Okay. Oh, you could actually see it. Okay, this is much better. So you guys see this now? Okay, so you get the big funded. This is the $1,400 funded, right? Then I took a small. Then this is the key thing. So I trade once you get to like 1,500, 2,000 into the account. You just trade once. Just trade one, slowly but surely, to run it all the way through. Really tiny though. I mean, what can I tell you guys? Let me see if I can get it bigger. It's hard to see. How about this? Let's see. Are we seeing this a little bit better? I think you actually see this much better. This is pretty good, right? You guys can see this. The point that I wanted to make, when I was trading this, is that, and then by the way, most of it I'm trading gold, because gold was the story yesterday, right? I'm trading ones. When I got stopped, like I got stopped on this one, I reversed. Remember I said to you, if you get a stop out and you get a reverse signal, double dot reverse, stop out is usually a good information to tell you that that the model may be reversing. So then I reversed. Now I'll be honest with you, there's obviously an element of luck in here, but luck favors the prepared, because the reverses could have been gone around against me. They wouldn't have killed me completely, but it would have taken me quite a lot back. The point being is, you get ahead a lot on the account by being very, very risky. Just going large, trying to hit the big trade, get ahead on the account, and then you just fight for every trade at around one lot basis until you get close. And this is what I wanted to show you. Then when you get close, right? And here I'm pretty close. I'm hitting all my trades in the afternoon. Then you obviously have to. I can't do this. You obviously have to be confident, and you have to be patient. Then you wait for the kill shot. And the kill shot is when you are very confident. You have like a A2 setup. It looks really good. Maybe it's at fresh lows or fresh highs, which is even better. But it doesn't matter. Let's say it's at the beginning of a trend. Looks really good, up or down, and you go 4 large, right? You go 4 large to just kill it. Actually, I think this was like 5. This is 5 large. I went 5 large, and I got 1 done and then 4 done. That's what it was. So you can see it was 1 second and 2 seconds. This is 5 large, which is 500. So within $500 of striking distance, I just go for the kill shot, which is a 5 lot formation. So it's kind of like a 3-pronged approach. Trade very large at the beginning to get ahead. Trade small in the middle to build it up to close to target. And then go for the kill shot and pass it on that one last trade. That has worked for me over and over again. It's not the only way, but it's definitely, I think, the most kind of reasonable way to get funded over and over and over in Apex. I just kind of wanted to share that with you because I know a lot of people wanted to know the mechanics of how this works. I mean, the easiest way is the straddle. One trade, boom, you get funded. But that doesn't always work your way. And then, of course, you don't always have news on your side. So how do you do it on news days that are non-news? That's the way. You bet large. If it doesn't work, big deal. It's a cheap account. If it works, you're halfway to 2/3 of the way there. Then you methodically get close enough for what I call the kill shot trade, where you're like within 500 points, $500 of the target, and then you have to wait patiently and go. A straddle is what we were doing yesterday, where you can, with eval accounts, only with eval accounts. Again, Apex will let you do this. You can be in front of the news, betting on the fact that it will be volatile enough that either the buy or the sell is just going to go straight up to your target, right? Which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Sometimes you get blown out both ways. So there's, it's never a guarantee, which is why they're perfectly happy to let you do it, because half the time you're going to blow up both accounts and then have to reset them. But a lot of times, especially if you're in front of quality news like we were in front of NFPs, one side is going to run to target, and you just basically go both sides. And we preset the orders. You can watch yesterday's non-farm payrolls at the beginning of the show. at the beginning of the show, where I walk you through. We preset the orders. The Nasdaq gets funded. The gold only got halfway to target, and then it just didn't go any further. And this was a this is a really interesting thing that I had a. I wonder if I could hang on a second. Let me see if I could share this with you guys, because this is a really good lesson. I had a student of ours email me. I don't want to reveal his name, so I need to. Let me just see if I can find it. Hang on a second. Okay. Let me see if I can. All right, let's see if I can show this to you. So this was a very, very good example of exactly why I got out. Like now, see, he's long here following my instructions, but he does not, like the trade stalls. The trade stalls, doesn't hit target. With me, if it doesn't hit target within that 1 minute or minute and a half, 2 minutes of the news event, I'm going to take profit. And I took profit, and then I worked my way for the rest of the day to target. He tried to stay in the trade, hoping that it will eventually lift him to profit, and of course it doesn't. The markets will always disappoint you if you give them a chance, right? The markets are there to torture you if you don't take your profits. It's the whole point of scalping, is that you take what you can get and you don't complain. So he just kind of wanted to share this with everybody, to explain that patience is not a virtue. Patience is a vice when you're trading. And you see how he came very, very close, less than $300 to target, and blap, and he got taken out, because that's the rules of the game. So just it was a contra example to what I was doing, and of course you see my example here, where I took my profit and then I worked my way the rest of the day, and then had the kill shot over here and got the whole thing done. So that's sort of like, that was my game plan yesterday. We did pretty well with that, and now, so I'm working this one other account. Let me show this to you. This account, I think you can actually. I wonder if you can see it in TradeOvate here. Oh yeah, you can see it over here. So this account. Where is this? Where's my? This account is like not quite $500 to target. It's about $600 to target. I'm going to try and hopefully work this account. We'll see how it goes, but I'm going to trade it in once. I'm going to just trade it once, probably for the next 2 or 3 trades, to see if I can get it close. 52.6, 52.7, close to within a kill shot range, where I can do 3 or 4 large and try to fund it. And repeat the same process. And this will be, yet another account that that I funded. I have right now 1, 2, 3, 4 of these guys funded. Working this one, this will make me 5 funded, and that's of course in addition to the 6 funded on wealth charts that we have. And we'll try to trade a little bit of wealth charts too. So I'm going to try and trade, the funded account right now. I mean, the eval account, and then maybe we'll switch to the funded account, which is a completely different strategy, completely radically more conservative than what I do in this. But while everybody is in eval passing mode, because they're so cheap, I wanted to share some of the tricks of the trade with you guys. And we will talk a lot more about this in coaching. So if you guys are interested in coaching, let me put the coaching link in here. You can join us. This is the only way you're going to get my indicator, get everything done, and the only way you're going to be able to trade the dots on a full basis level. So let me see if everybody has any questions, if you guys understand what I'm saying, if it's clear to you guys what I was doing here for most of the day yesterday and today as well. We have a relatively quiet day so far, a lot of two-way chop in the pre-market. Is actually a lot of I didn't really trade Nasdaq, and Nasdaq had some really ugly, nasty false trades here. Here's a trade that just retraced. I think this was this news today? Oh, maybe we had ADP. This was clearly news, so I wouldn't have traded this. But did we have news today? Let's see. Was there news today? Was that ADP today? Today is Wednesday. Oh, it was Waller. Waller was on the thing. So that must have really rocked things up. There's actually not a lot of news today. Waller was on the squawk. Today we have gasoline. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow we absolutely again trade 8 o'clock in the morning. Everybody come hang out with me. We are going to do CPI, which is going to be a big event. Really, the two biggest events, non-farm payroll, CPI, were both this week. We're going to trade that. And there's a couple of central banks also around us, the BOE, the ECB. So there'll probably be a lot of turmoil, not just in the currency, and not just in the equity market. So we'll watch that. We'll see how the bonds react and everything else. It should be a lot of fun. Same thing. My ticks are the same in eval as in past accounts. The difference is I'm trading markedly smaller. I'm just I'm trading one mini as my small version in the eval, 4 minis as my kind of large version, sometimes even 5 minis. Whereas in the regular accounts, I'm trading 1 micro to maybe 3 micros. That's it. It's a completely different game. And that's the thing you need to understand. Passing evals is a completely different game from trading funded money, which is a game of patience, low leverage, and steady accumulation, right? So yeah, no, that's good. William, how are you, my friend? I have actually been thinking about you. Can you do me a favor, William, and email me when you have a chance? I really want to talk to you. I'm glad you popped up today because I actually trying to find your record. For some reason I couldn't. So nice to see you. Please email me, okay? I really want to talk to you. We have something interesting coming up in January that I think you'll be a great part of. It's already a good day because I literally been looking for you all day long yesterday, and you popped up in the room. So clearly, the market gods want us to succeed today. Here's the thing that I kind of want to show you. I absolutely love the new double tab Google Chrome thing, where we can now keep track on. Like, this is the first time we could actually trade gold and Nasdaq side by side without being late, without doing stupid things, basically having the full vision of the field. But here's the other thing that I wanted to show you. I know a lot of you guys like trading the retrace, right? And so look at this. I actually had a retrace here. And so I actually put the B setup. A lot of people, are always asking me, why are you not trading the B setup? It's just because I don't really like trading the B setup. But I have so many evals here that I can play with. I think I have I'm going to reset 4 or 5 evals today. I already reset one of them, and I'm obviously trading the eval to fund it right now. That we will certainly try to trade the Bs, and of course we can trade Bs on a very, very small basis in the funded accounts as well. Just because there are people that love the idea of trading retrace trades. They're not as common, but now with this double visibility, we can trade the Bs as well as the As. You can see that in gold, which has been a very, very strong, and this is what I keep trying to tell you. Look at this. I remade the indicator with session high, session lows, and now we're in North America session, right? We're in. This is the gold one. This is the gold. For the gold, this is the only problem is I have to reset shit because the North American oh, because it's 9:30. That's right. I'm sorry. No, I wanted to set this actually. Sorry, let me see. What did I just do here? Oh yeah, this is still a European time frame. It's still showing you this is the London highs on gold and NASDAQ. The point being is, I got myself distracted. The point being is that gold has been setting highs all day long, and that's a super strong trend indicator. And so when you have a strong trend indicator, you're obviously going to have much more profitable retrace trades in that trend. Whereas NASDAQ has been just chop city, right? It's just been chop city up and down, has not really had a lot of directional movement. And as a result, you can see that the B setups, one of them worked, one of them did not. And, they're kind of mediocre right now. Whereas this one, you buy here, it wins. You buy here, wins. You buy here, you survive the stop, and it still wins. So the B setups are clearly much better in gold today than they are in NASDAQ. But this is the A screen. The A screen, which is where we're trading now, the double dots, the A2 setup, which is in between the A1 setup and the A3 setup. A3 setup is very, very rare. A1 happens all the time. So it gives us too many false signals. This one gives us quite a lot of really good signals. You can see that just before the show started, this was my eval account. I got super large to get this account to 52.43 because we were taking out the highs, and I was like, this looks like a high confidence A2 setup. We took that, and obviously that was a very, very easy buy. So now I'm actually going to go back to just trading ones, right? I want to trade ones in all of them because we're going to try to just build it a little bit closer to our kill shot zone and then go from there. So I actually have an A2 setup setting up in gold, nothing in NASDAQ, and we're not going to trade NASDAQ because it's just opening up market rotation. And if this thing holds, we'll try to trade this for a 1030 trade for 10-point target. 10-point this doesn't go. If you want to know what constitutes A setups, B setups, this is not the perfect PDF because I still haven't edited with new features of the indicator, but it's like the second to the most updated one. It's good enough it'll explain to you what the A setup is all about. So you can download my dots explanation guide. It's a PDF guide. I just put the link in there. Totally free. Go ahead, everybody. Go out there, download it. Let me see if this is. And I'm talking. I'm a little bit late. All right, I'm a little bit late, but good enough. I said we're going to try and take this A2 setup. Let's see if we can make this target, and we're done. Okay, good. So we're getting closer. We're getting closer. I think I want one more possibility for one lot, and then we'll try to go for the kill shot if we have a strong confidence setup. The great thing I love about having both NASDAQ and gold side by side is that now you can trade the stronger market. I mean, this obviously, first of all, you can tell the stronger market because the market that's spitting out all the trend labels is by very definition a stronger market. Should I go for this one? Let's do one more time. Okay. All right, we're gonna go long on this one. We'll see. This one I may have just bought the top over here. Yeah, I think I stretched myself out. I was like, do I really want to trade the second A2? Generally, I don't like to trade one after the other. I want them to be a little bit separate from each other. But we'll see if momentum rescues me. And if it doesn't, it's okay. I'm still trading only one, so this sets me back a little bit, but not too bad on the position. But of course, the one thing that I wasn't going to do was make this into a kill shot trade because that's not a high confidence trade because it's already kind of like just bursted up so much. that I'm actually going to move this a little bit down, see if I can get this done. We'll see. I think this might retrace me out, which is fine. I mean, not fine, but inevitable. Yeah, I kind of chased it because this was too high, too big a move. It's fine. I'm gonna have to rebuild again a little bit on the ones, try to get myself back close to the 5,300 level. Let me take off the marks, because the marks kind of really distract me from looking at the thing. Now, here's the thing that I want to kind of show you. Yesterday we talked about this, and I'm going to demo again because this is eval. We can be a little bit more experimental in our approaches. When the A2 setup fails, right? When it fails and it's followed by two dots in the opposite direction. So in this case, we're long. If I were to get a red dot in the opposite direction, that's a really good sign that the model is turning. That that we kind of ended the move. So on the other hand, when market is opening up here, 1 minute to go, and I have an A1 set up to the downside in Nasdaq, which I may very well trade here with 42 seconds left. It's got to be very, very patient with this. But it looks like Nasdaq is kind of opening up and trying to go for the lows of the day. So let's see what it wants to do. So again, I'm just going to trade ones because I'm not, I'm trying to stay alive and stay close in this particular account, not hurt myself too badly. "16 seconds left. Market is opening up, opening rotation. Let's see what it wants to do. All right, sure. Oh, sure. That was super fast. You see that? That was super fast. You could see it right over here. So we made that clean trade. And now I have the New York session opening up over here in gold. Why don't I have the New York session opening up in here? Let me see what I have in here. Guess 9:30, 9:25. Why is this not setting? Oh, because we got to do this on, I forgot. This is on, because New York, gold trades New York, and this trades Chicago, so you have to go Chicago time. That's the only annoying thing, right? Okay, so here's the New York session opening up. You see the New York session, it says here, over here, opening up. So that was nice and clean. We've got a little bit of that back. Gold is giving me another A2 setup. Let's see if I can make this one stick a little bit. Trading this A2 label over here. Let's see if gold can get me close a little bit here. No. Getting a little bit chopped here. Okay, good. So the gold trade gets done. See that gold trade over here? That gets done. So now we kind of just chill and wait. I mean, gold looks like it tested the 200 SMA, recovered. I took those trades. Nasdaq doing its usual rug pull, bring it down, then bring it back up. I traded it down because I knew there was going to be a little bit of a flush to the downside, which we took. Now we just kind of wait for the next 5-10 minutes. We see how the price action develops. But if we start breaking the lows, this is the London session low. This is the New York opening box. This is gold with New York inside the London high, London lows, right? So we're kind of chopping around. We're just gonna let the price action show us where it wants to go. If Nasdaq starts breaking the lows here, breaking down the London lows, the blue box is the London lows. That's going to give us a lot of confidence that there's going to be continuity, and we want to take it further down. Yeah, big wicks. How do you get this indicator? You join my coaching over here. I'm going to put the coaching link again. So if you're interested in the indicator, the dots indicator, part of my coaching, and you get it. It's really nice, right? Isn't it nice to have like the New York session boxes? Like you can, it just sort of gives you really nice orientation of what the market wants to do, how it wants to go. And remember, whenever it starts running the highs and the lows of the session, those are meaningful places, especially if we get the signal. If we get the A2 signal around those places, that's pretty meaningful for us. Good morning, everybody. Who's new in the room here? Who's new in the room? Raise your hand. If you raise your hand, I'll give you a link to my setup explanation so you can totally understand what we're doing. Let's just take a look and see if there's any B setups setting up on the other side. Oh, there was a, look at this. There was a B setup over here in gold. Did I miss? But as I said, B is not my forte. But this was a nice clean B setup in gold here. Oh, all these new hands. Nice to see you. Where you guys from? Tell me where you're from. Lynn, Brian. English. Oh, English is not new. You're not giving me a hand. English is from the very exotic land of New Jersey. I have my Apex coffee mug, which I'm now using as a thermos, which I absolutely love. So I've just like realized I could use it as a thermos and keep my coffee hot the whole time I'm trading with you guys. This was my most valuable discovery today. Oh, wealth charts. Wealth charts, guys, it's going to be a while because Rob is very, very busy. And I promise you it'll be ready by the, before, maybe not before Christmas, but definitely between that Christmas, New Year, but he's not going to be able to get to it until that time. The programmers are super, super busy. So wealth charts is going to be, as I said, you don't need, you can, I want to show you, okay, hang on a second. Let's trade this. And then I can show you how you could use TradingView and wealth charts side by side. Because this whole Google, tab and tab thing is awesome. We're actually gonna do this. I actually meant to show you because I knew that people who are trading wealth charts need some kind of help here. Okay, so sorry, I'm just waiting. Do I have an A2 set up in NASDAQ? Look at this. We tested the lows, came back up. Really kind of interesting. Super interesting. So we're going to break that 400. That's what it's all about, right? We break in the 400, break in the 387s, 3 down short. And we short and we're done. See, and now we're at 500. I probably could have gone for the kill shot, but I don't want to go for the kill shot because it requires a lot of focus, and I'm kind of all over the place showing you stuff. But that was a very, very good, easy trade. You saw that? It was an A2 trade off the lows of the New York session. Just nice continuity. You could have killed it. I mean, you could have really, really killed it. I'm going for 5. You could have easily gone for 20 if you took that. I use A2. What scenario would I use A3? A3 is super, super, super cautious. And A1, we talked about this yesterday. I would use that if you are a pyramid trader. Well, we'll talk about A1 and A3 in a little bit. But let me show you. There's a lot of guys who are like, Boris, I want the indicator, and I'm trading wealth charts. How do I get that? So let me show you how I'm going to try and do this with you guys. Okay. So first, I'm going to go to wealth charts. Right. We're going to go to wealth charts. I'm going to just open up my wealth charts. Just open up one of my accounts. Right. We have like 5 or 6, all funded accounts. I actually have like one account, eval account, which I haven't even worked yet, which I'm going to work in wealth charts. Okay. So here's wealth charts, has all the dots, everything you need, for your trading pleasure. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go to add tab to new split view. right? So now I'm going to go to split view. So here's well charts, right? Maybe a little bit bigger. So this is gold, right? We're in gold. Let's do in this particular tab, the trading view version of this thing, and I'm going to do. We want to be on the same. This is micro gold. I'm going to do micro gold over here, right? Let's go like this. Okay. So here's the thing that's very, very cool about this. Wait, hold up. Why is this? Oh yeah, here's New York. I'm sorry. I'm missing my my version. So here's the New York session. Actually, probably for gold. Let's do this the other way. For gold, again, this is just a quirk of the fact that New York trades. The gold trades in New York, so the North America session starts at 9:30, New York, and Europe session ends at 9:25, New York. But if you're doing Nasdaq, that trades Chicago time, so you want to make sure that you kind of organize yourself. So this is the New York session. Okay, so just make sure. But here I am. I'm watching this. So bottom line is, I don't have to wait for well charts to be updated. I can have like this double view. I'm trading gold, right? And when I get a signal, I can just I can trade it on well charts. As a matter of fact, we'll do that. We'll keep this particular tab here as an example of how we can trade. Oops, sorry, hang on. How we can trade well charts together with we don't have to give up the signals while we wait for the well charts to update. Okay, so this is like the really, really cool new function in Google that lets us look at signals but trade well charts. Does that make sense? Why is indicator well charts always late? No, because the reason why it's always late is because well charts is a proprietary system that is very, very good for trading. It's a much better experience to trade on well charts because it executes much faster than TradeAway, right? It executes all your stuff. I mean, you'll see all my real accounts, not all my real accounts. I have half accounts on TradeAway, but most of my real accounts are on real, meaning that they're funded, are on well charts. It's a great system, but it's proprietary. This is it's a favor that Rob does for me to be able to put my own indicator on well charts. So that's why it takes a while, because they have to translate. It doesn't you don't just snap your fingers and shit happens. I write these things. I write it for the TradingView platform because it's an open platform. That's why I have full control. When it comes to well charts, we have to use the labor of their programmers to kind of translate the code. So that's why it takes a while. But this should be the final update. This is really going to be the final update of the indicator. And once we're done with that, I'm not going to update anymore. I've just been, it's my fault. I mean, it's not like Rob has not been very accommodative. I've just been changing this thing forever, and it's a huge abuse of his goodwill to constantly use his traders. And, I don't mind rewriting the code myself 1,000 times because I use AI, but for him, he's got to use labor to kind of change all these codes. So that's the answer for well charts. I love the well charts, and the point is, you're not why are you crying? I just showed you a way how to trade well charts with the indicator without losing a single second of signaling, right? Like this. There's always a solution with technology these days if you just try it out. So take this solution, use it, and then when well charts is fully updated, you can just all this stuff will be on well charts. Yes, Claudio. That's why I said it's not a fully updated PDF. Yes, first I had to do the indicator and really get it down to perfection. Then I'm going to do the perfect final version of the PDF. Then we're going to do well charts, and then I'm not going to do any more updates I don't care how much time you guys, what you guys beg me for. That's it. We're done. Then I'm working on other projects because you know me. I could do this forever. All right, let's just take a look at where Nasdaq is. Oh shit, we're like Nasdaq is making fresh lows. It's really really cool. Nasdaq just broke. Nasdaq is at fresh lows. Let's watch it. Let's see what it wants to do. Like an A2 over here might really be a good kill shot for us. So I'm going to watch it very, very carefully. Let's see if I can if I get an A2 off the lows, I'm going to make the bet that there's continuity here. But so far, you know, it's kind of just probing. I mean, we dropped through the 400, we dropped through the 300, but bounced back off of it. So now we'll probably consolidate. You know what's interesting now? We could actually probably have a B setup. Yeah, we have a B setup. This is something I would do. Just a single. This is a single. If I can get the B setup. Oops. Wait, hold on a second. Did this come in? Where am I? Oh, sorry. Let me show you guys. I'm sorry. That got done. The B setup got done. But oh, because it's over here. Never mind. Shit. I'm in. That's it. See, now I'm at the 600. So now I traded the B setup, even though it wasn't a B setup. It kind of disappeared at the end. I felt okay. It's pretty good. It's pretty good as a retrace setup. Let me take the 5. So we took the 5 over here on the B setup. You know, to kind of show you. And now I'm within 400. Now I'm within striking distance. Now I can do 5 large and see if we can get this thing funded. But we're going to be very, very careful in trying to find a setup that we really like. And if it's mediocre, I may only just do 1. Just try to get myself close by 111. So this wasn't even a B setup. It kind of disappeared at the end, but I felt, oh, this is probably going to be a halfway decent retrace. What's happening now is we're actually bouncing back. We're holding the lows in the New York session. So it may very well be just a little bit of a consolidation mode for us. It could be just bouncing around here. But if we make fresh lows on an A2 setup, meaning there's momentum and it's just pressing fresh lows, then we're going to press that trade. Gold, kind of chopping around, but still positive bid here. I don't love this trade. This is by no means a kill shot trade. Could I trade this, you know, on a 1-lot basis? Maybe. Let's trade on a trade 1-lot basis. All right, we're gonna trade this on a 1-lot basis. I knew it was a bullshit trade. I kind of just forced it on myself. I knew I didn't want to trade this. I should have traded this on a micro basis. I didn't have a lot of vibes. This, on the other hand, is a much better trade. You know what? I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Get out. I don't care. Unfortunately, I got myself out of kill shot mode. I don't care. This I just had zero confidence on this thing. But this thing is actually now starting to really motor down, right? We took out the 3. We have the first dot. If we get the second dot, we're going to try and probe this. I can't do it on a kill shot basis because I'm outside of my zone, but we'll do one single contract here. Try to get ourselves close. I should have been more patient with my gold. That would have got me done, but whatever. It's fine. I'm watching NASDAQ here, see if I get some continuity. Now, the reason why I didn't love gold, and you know, it worked, but it was like one of those very, very choppy trades. Is because the whole New York range is within the London range, and it's kind of still a little bit choppy. It's definitely an upward bias. I should have just simply traded. The bottom line is gold is an upward bias, and whenever you have a trend signal in gold, you should really trust your model. But you see it, the model is struggling. Like if this thing started breaking out above, like if this thing takes out the London high, we're going to go to 4,400, and that's going to be a very, very clean gold trade. A lot of this stuff just becomes a matter of being patient. And because I'm trading with you guys, I want to show you some setups. I'm rushing some of these setups. But a lot of this, the really, really good way of trading this stuff to target is just sitting in the bushes, waiting until the trade becomes very, very obvious. Right now, nothing is obvious. It's all hesitancy. It's all, let me go one step forward, two steps backwards. A lot of stuff like that. Instead of dots, try arrows. What are you talking about? And you see, like it, gold barely made target and then just completely reversed. So, my instinct of like, let me just get out, take a small loss, was not incorrect. I would have been lucky to have gotten target, but I was smart to have lost a little bit. That's actually kind of a good lesson. You would have won on luck, but you got out on intelligence. I'd rather always get out on intelligence because in the end, intelligence always wins. Oh, Stacy was asking me about the A1, A2, A3. It's probably a good, this is a good opportunity to show when would I use, let me show you when I would use A1s, and probably we could use gold as a good example of this. So if you're this type of trader, and we would change it to A1s to just, one dot format, right? The best methodology, I just don't have the kind of psychological structure to do this. The best methodology for trading A1s is you would take the first signal, add to the second signal, add to the third signal, and you would actually probably trade this with let's say session lows. Like here's your low, near-term lows, and you would put a stop over here. You just keep piling in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until you've built up like a 5 or 6 lot position, right? And then try to exit out at session highs, like right over here. Like that would be the perfect A1 strategy, where you just you're piling in, and try to come out at session highs. The key thing with this is you really need like this is a really, really good trend structure here. You need obviously to come in. The best time to use A1s is on a moving average crossover, when it goes from one trend structure to another trend, and then you're basically betting on the fact that there's going to be some continuity in trend, that this trend is going to go for half an hour, so on and forth. Then you could just plow into it. Now, if you're trading with mini contracts, it's a very, very dangerous game. You could get ahead of the market quite a lot, and then just one small retrace blow you out. But if you're trading with micros, with tiny micros, you could build like a 10 micro position and exit out and actually do quite well. Like you could make on a 10 micro position, you could probably make $300-400 on one single trade cycle. So it's a very, very interesting approach. It's just that I don't use it because I like using kind of it's just not my personality. But it doesn't mean that it can't be your personality, and it can't be really, really useful for you. So I'm on the A2s. As far as A3s go, that's the most strictest version. There's going to be the fewest signals, but they almost always are going to be clean, right? So here's an A3. I think it depends. How much. the thing that I would do with A3s, this is another thing I just thought of this. With A3s, I think it's feasible to trade 1 to 2 at least, but you could probably trade 1 to 1 even, meaning that you risk 3 to make 3, right? Let me see if you have an A3. So here's an A3. You risk 3 to make 3, so 52 to 55, yes. 59 to 62, yes, right? 74 to 77, yes. So now you basically 1, 2, 3, and now you're +9. Another great structure. Do you risk 3 here? 63 to 60, you're stopped out. So 3-1, 4-1, right? So you are 4-1 to the good on a 1-to-1 ratio. So that's how I would trade the A3s. You improve your risk rewards to even money. You go for much larger ideas because they're rare, but much more profitable. It's really cool. You could do a whole bunch of really different structures just by deciding which model you want to follow. A3 means waiting for 3 consecutive dots in a row, right? That's the least. The maximum trading is the rarer the trade, the better the trade. So it's the most rare trade, but it's also going to be the highest accuracy trade. And because it's the highest accuracy trade, you could actually change your risk reward ratios to a much more positive skew, right? Okay, A2 trade off the New York session. I just got all excited. If this stays A2, it's a pretty good trade because this is New York session highs. And we're challenging New York session highs. I want to be in this trade if this shows up, but it doesn't. It seems to be we seem to be failing at the New York session highs for the time being. Nothing much going on here. So we'll see if the market wants to. You see how the market goes through like these cycles of consolidation and a big wave, right? And the cool thing now with all of this beautiful indicator analysis is we can just really watch the waves, the wave formation take place. Like we can ride the waves when they occur, and just when it's range, we can just sit back and and watch it with nothing going on here. So on the NASDAQ side, the first red dot, if this holds, the second red dot is going to challenge the lows, the New York session lows, and that's going to be an interesting trade for us. Again, we're not within kill shot distance, so we're just going to trade 1 lots, but we're going to try and see if we can get this thing to work. It's not a bot, my friend. It's an indicator. Here's the only way you can get it. I'm going to put this over here. Here's the link. Okay, you got to be part of my coaching to get the indicator. And look at this, they just kind of hold the New York session lows. There's a whole bunch of interesting, variable strategies. Like if you guys want to fool around a little bit, because this is eval accounts, we can kind of fool around. One thing that I absolutely noticed is that if we test the New York session low with a double greens, like a double tap greens, this is not a bad reversal signal. Like we could take this to the long side on NAS. We'll take it like on a 1 lot. Because if this holds, I think this kind of shows you that we sort of build the bottom a little bit, but it's got to hold. We've got to have the 2 dots over here to hold the trade. 10 seconds left. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're long that trade. Let's see if that takes us. If this reversal kind of works for us. And there we go. And it does work. And now I'm a little bit closer to the kill shot mode, right? You guys see what I did there? Everybody saw what I did? I was watching the New York session low. I got the double dots, and I took that trade over here, right? Do you want me to show this to you? Does everybody saw what happened? You want me to show this to you on This is the thing. The other thing that's very annoying about trading view is I got to change. Let me see if I can show this to you. Settings, execution. I don't like to show execution marks because it gets so polluted on the chart. But this was my entry, right? You see this? Let me walk you through the entry. Anybody take this with me, by the way? As I said, this is not a setup entry, but it's not a bad one. You have, so what do we have here? New York session lows, right? We get tested once, we get tested twice, it holds. And then we get 1 dot, 2 dot. The 1, 2 dot gives me confidence that this is a reversal trade. I get long here at the 13s, and of course get done at the 18s in a nice quick scalp fashion. When you get that kind of a setup, it's not, it's not terrible. It's pretty good, worth a shot. And all of this part, all of this obviously so much easier with a new version of the indicator, right? Sorry, guys. Gina took it. Good for you. Most accurate astrologer. Most accurate astrologer. What does it tell you if your trading coach is a Gemini? What does that mean? For some reason you didn't get the 2 dots on wealth charts. Well, let's take a look. By the way, is wealth charts, guys, is wealth charts trading March yet? Because they weren't trading this yesterday, right? Let's take a, I'm actually curious. Let's see, we're going to go to NQ March. No, they're finally live, right? So now there's no asterisks. Here, what are you talking about? 1 dot, 2 dots, my friend. This is what we're talking about. You got it. Yeah. Most accurate astrologer is cracking me up. But yeah, you got it. It was right here. 1, 2. Do you see that? So right over here. These were the 2 dots, and you would have been long here. You would have, you'd have banked it. So totally viable here. Right. I really don't want to trade E-minis. So MGC Febs. I'm going to trade the Febs. Getting a little bit choppy here on the contract. So the other thing I really like about like this new version is we can really see chop. Like chop is our kryptonite, and having the boxes really makes it clear. Oh, you're just in fucking chop. This is like garbage time in price action, and it keeps you from doing stupid stuff. Oh, you were on 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that happens. Okay, no problem. I didn't say what the setup is. Black Mamba, it's always 1030 on gold and 2060 in NASDAQ. Stacy, I'm really glad you asked me about the A1, A3 variants, because I think there's some really interesting edge to harvest from both of those ideas, but especially on the A3. It's a very it's a rare setup. You can trade it with even money structures, and it's really interesting. Now you made me think a lot about the A3 setup as a possibility, especially in gold, because in gold it's totally doable to do 3 and 3. Oh, why is, oh, slope is positive. I'm like, why is this not giving me an A2? Because the slope is positive. See, when slope is oh, here it is. Slope is finally turning negative, I think a little bit. Yeah. This is the only problem is I got this active, this, then this. Okay. See, slope's still staying positive. Slope is what keeps us honest. Slope is the bullshit indicator. So the candles could be red, the price action could be red, the dots could be red. Slope is the bullshit indicator. If the slope is not red, it ain't going down, right? We're continuing the interesting thing. You could actually see we're making higher lows, right? Nasdaq kind of tested the session lows, and markets are trying to figure out, hey, do we want to take it up a little bit more? Oh, for CPI tomorrow, what are the GC and NQ tick settings for 25K account? You mean like to try to do the straddles? Um, I will let you know tomorrow. But I mean, it's if you think with 25,000, like, I mean, we can actually play around with this, right? While we're watching price action. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's focus a little bit. Gold is making New York session highs here, making the first dot. So maybe he wants to run again. I really feel like gold wants that 4,400, right? I mean, gold is the money trade these days. There was a guy that used to trade with me. I don't know what happened to him, Obi-Wan. He kind of went away. So the guy was just like a gold maven. He would literally just open up Asia session, wait very quietly until like gold sold off a little bit, and then on the first upward dot indicator, he just buy and hold it. It would make like 10, 20 points in a gold rally almost every day. The guy was just an inveterate gold bull, and it totally worked for him. So like right now, I'm watching gold here. If we get the second dot off the New York session highs, definitely worth a shot for us to try to see if we can trade it to the long side. So far, no signal. We got to break that 70. There we go, 74.5. 27 seconds left. Let's watch this. Let's see if this is gonna start pressing higher. The 80 is or like the 78 is the London session highs. So this is them trying to run this, the 75, 78s. Let's see if this holds. We're not gonna take the trade until the candle closes, because this is very, very problematic. 1, 2, okay, long. All right, we took the trade because it held on the signal. Let's see if it wants to take out the highs for us. And it went right through, Nice, nice. See, hunting the highs, hunting the lows with the A2s. Very, very good. It's pretty good, as Larry David says. So that worked out nicely. Anybody trade with that? Google whose name? English, who are you talking about? Whose name do you want to Google? Cheryl. Cheryl and the preacher both took the trade. Very nice. And PT took it. Very nice. Good job, guys. Obi. Really? Oh. Oh, yeah. No, that clearly wasn't his name. That was his moniker. That's very cute. But yeah, I mean, gold has been a trade. So let's do a little bit of. Let me see if the calculator. If I put the calculator up, do you guys see it? Where's my calculator? No, I guess you don't see it. Okay, never mind. Let's do it this way. Let's do it the old-fashioned Kathy way. What? Why can't I do text? Oh, here it is. Add text. Okay, so we got $1,500. Let's say we're going to do this by 4 contracts max, right? So that is, where's my thing? How much leeway do I have, basically? 1,500 divided by 4. 300, and so it's $375 or 3.75 points in gold. If I'm going to do gold, do I have? Is that enough leeway to survive a quick drawdown in gold? I don't think so. I think you need, what I would do, if you're asking me, is probably trade. Because remember, you get blown out if you lose $1,500. I think maybe 3. I guess 3 is fine, because if you go 3, that's $500. That's 5 points. Basically, you give yourself 5 points down, 5 points up. You can definitely make 5 points up on a big news flow, and 5 points down is enough space to kind of any false jerk to survive a small false jerk. So that's what I would do on gold. I would probably trade it with 3 contracts and 51 target. You want to give yourself 1 extra tick so to beat commissions. And I would do 51 target, no stop, right? 51 ticks, no stop. Who's asking me? Was it I think Laura was asking me. Somebody was asking me. So that's how I would trade the $25,000 accounts tomorrow on gold. Now, when it comes to NAS, if I do 3 contracts, that's 500. I want to give, how much is $500? It's really not a lot, because if you're doing 3 contracts on 60 points, 500 divided by 60, because that's each point, it's 8.3 points. Not enough. What I would do is, if I do 1 contract, how many points is this? If I do 1 contract on NASDAQ, 1,500 divided by 20. I guess this is what I would do. I would use 2 contracts on, if I was doing NASDAQ, because that's 37.5 points, or like 38 points, which is about 100. 38 points is a very, like 30 points up, 30 points down is a very, very natural news reaction in NASDAQ. And I would probably trade that. So 1,500, 2 contracts at around, let's say 38 points, which is, how many ticks is that? 38 times 4, about 152 ticks. 152 ticks. That's what I would do for the 25,000 contracts. A little bit of choppiness on this, and this is, by the way, I'm glad we didn't take this. I wasn't really gonna get aggressive on this trade anyways, because we're not at the lows. We're kind of chopping around, right? And if I took this over here, was it the 93? Oh yeah, it would have totally stopped me out. This is not a place of real interest. You can see it just looking at the box that the trade here was just not that compelling. Nowhere near the highs. Nothing to attract people to want to do business here, so on and so forth. Yeah, it was Laura. So we're being a little bit more cautious here. But that's good because we don't really have any great looking setups right now. But we're starting to accelerate to the downside. So this is a very, very sometimes difficult situation. So if this comes back down, I think I would take it, but only on a one lot, because if I get a signal here, we're not at fresh lows, but we're not at we're kind of testing them, so we could make a run to the downside still. There's scope for like a little bit more continuity, but so far it doesn't even look like it's going to give it to us. It looks like we're just chopping around here for a while. "17 seconds left." So this is a great way to really understand market dynamics. A lot of people like just don't even ask the question, why is there chop? Like what creates chop versus what creates trend? Anybody want to take a stab at this for an answer? Like why is this choppy right now? What's really going on? And why was this nice and clean moving around? Stacy, depends where it depends where you're looking. And remember, Stacy, what I said to you was, if I'm using one-to-one risk-reward ratio, I only need like a 55% accuracy to be net positive, right? Remember, we're changing the risk-reward ratios, so it doesn't have to be nearly as accurate as the A2s to be profitable, right? So, and especially within trend conditions, all of this stuff requires some continuity to really work well, right? So you're always going to find slices of price action where it's not going to work well, but because we're changing the risk reward parameters on A3, it's an interesting idea. Yeah, so people are saying indecision, lack of action, indecision between the buyers and sellers. But the answer is actually Neil. Neil said order flow, because what really moves markets is volume. Oh no. Oh, Stacy, you're using it wrong. No wonder you're fucking up. Yeah. No. Remember what I said? I said 3-3. That's 30-30. If you're using 10-10, you're going to get stopped out on retraces. No. I'm using 30-30. Full target, full stop. Same thing on NASDAQ. 15 target, 15 stop. You expand both the stop and a target on an A3 because you are assuming a much larger area of operation. Oh yeah, now I understand. Now I understand why you were confused. Not redo your chart look with a 30-30, and you will you'll see much better results. So yeah, you guys are absolutely right. It's basically what's happening now is that it's not that there's no buyers or sellers. Just there's no big volume. The way things work is some guy comes in and says, I want to buy 1,000 NASDAQ contracts, right? Of course, there's only 100, maybe there's only 50 on offer, right? So what happens is, as he keeps buying or keeps selling, more and more price starts to move down as everybody tries to accommodate his volume, because nobody's going to take volume at that particular single price, right? It's not going to stay stationary. And that's what drives trade. When there's no volume, when people like, and volume obviously in this case means hundreds of millions of dollars, because that's what it takes to move these markets. Like this, there could be lots and lots of tiny little volume. But that's us. We're like little parasites. We're like the little parasites on the fish that move along with the fish. We're the little parasites. What we're waiting for is the whale. Once the whale decides to be a buyer or a seller, like a big hedge fund or mutual fund, that's what's going to move price. And then we hop along and swim along with the whale until he's full. That's what we do. That's what DOTS effectively does on a technical basis. So like now, you see that the whale is kind of floating, beached, and that's what's going on. Aviva Google, nice to see you. Ben, what does remorse mean? Is it like will you try to text somebody else and accidentally put it into chat? So we backed off. Look at this. What's interesting is gold challenged the New York session highs, did not challenge the London session highs. Now it's backing off, right? Kind of backing off, right? Like I'm not going to take this trade, but this is a good trade. You could go short gold here at 68, and you're very likely going to make 67. So this is another one of those interesting setups. Look at that. Look how easy it was to make it. I mean, this could have been a kill shot trade if I was kind of paying attention to this. Oh, remoras are the fish that hang with sharks. Oh, thank you, National Geographic. I appreciate it. You made the gold. Very, very smart. Good for you. So this is a setup that the more I see it, the more I'm always enjoying it. What we're looking for is a failure to continue with trend. So we have A2s. It fails to continue, and we don't move until we have a confirmation on reversal. Confirmation reversal is two consecutive dots the other way. Once we have these two consecutive dots the other way, especially off the highs, it's a really nice high probability trade to the downside. This would have been a really easy kill shot for me. I could have taken 4 contracts and be done with this, with the funding. But I'm busy talking to you guys. But it doesn't really matter because I'll have 1,000 accounts here that I can work with myself later on. For your purposes, just make a note of this. That this is a really, really interesting high quality reversal signal. It's not part of our arsenal, but it can be part of our repertoire. Ooh, really? Somebody says my indicator is super okay in silver. I bet it is. I just, we just don't have the bandwidth to try. I'm just, again, the key thing to trading this is focus, and I can't trade it across multiple assets because I just can't keep my attention span. But you're right. Silver has been on fire. Silver has been on fire as far as trend, and my indicator does super well on trend. Find me trend, and this thing is gonna blow up. It's gonna give you really, really good signals. So, but it's also really interesting in reversal. It's interesting on the edges. There's like a lot of very interesting nuanced things about dots the longer it goes. Yeah. So I'm glad you guys are using it in all sorts of different ways. Quiet day today, guys. But look, we know we're actually okay. We know we're hanging in there. We're getting very, very close to funding this account. Let me review with everybody. Okay, I cannot tell you how good this is. I'm going to do this again with you guys. So let's go in. Can I go in here? Yes. So I'm going to log into I told you, Apex today is $25 reset discounts, right? Ridiculously cheap. So I'm going to go, this is what you do is you go into accounts. I'm going to show you where you go. You go to active evals, right? And I have a whole bunch of them. Jesus Christ. Again with this thing. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So let's say I want to reset this 201 account. Let me make sure it's the right one. Yeah. Okay. I want to reset 201, right? It is really dirt cheap. So I'm going to choose 201 from the drop-down menu. Hit reset account. Don't even need the Don't even need the BK save. Just simply click this, save review. Okay, I'm going to take this off here because say continue, and it's going to give you the credit card thing. I'm just going to take this off screen so you guys don't see my credit card number. And it's $25, and I just totally renewed this account. This gives you so much more opportunity to get more funded accounts, right? Why is this not working? Come on, subscribe and pay. I think their servers are really, really stressed. Come on. Okay, here it is. Yeah. Okay. So it took a little while, and I successfully processed. So very, very cool. It totally gives you, lots and lots of opportunity to reset those accounts if you kind of blew them out yesterday. We have gold showing up on A2 off the highs. We have a nice sort of a rebound in NASDAQ. Let's watch the gold. Let's see if gold can hold this bid. 3, 2, 1. All right, long. Let's see if this is going to hold for us. Hold for gold. $74.6, $75.6. I'm going to try and bring it down a little bit because I got a little bit of a slippage on the execution. Let's see if this can hold me. NASDAQ was a really nice, clean reversal trade here. 33 to 44 would have been almost a better trade take than NASDAQ than the gold A2. Oh, gold is really coming back down. Gold not working. All right, it takes me back again. I'm going to have to again. I was only using one because there was no way this was going to be a kill shot. I'm failing. Gold is failing at this level. This is a very meaningful little piece of information because it failed twice. Now we could kind of watch for a reversal signal on gold here and see if gold is going to give us any kind of a double red reversal. Let's see if we want to trade that. Yep, just gold. Gold failed. Gold failed on the highs. It's telling us something interesting that you just can't seem to get higher. So we'll stay patient. Hang on a second. Let me just see something. I got to get rid of these execution marks because I can't see anything. Oh, so this is actually a double red, right? So we're going to go the other way. All right, I'm going the other way. Let's see if and we can go the other way. We make it back, right? Again, a very, very important piece of information. I actually would have gone large, but I just didn't have time and everything. But gold fails, double reds. That gives us lots of confidence that it's going down. In the meantime, NASDAQ is really, really choppy and sort of very, very flat around the 8 number. This is not a bad A2. It's probably going to work, but we're already late to the trade because we're focusing on gold. But it's just a good example. All this is just a really, really good example where once you begin to understand the model, understand what's going on, everything is an interesting input. Everything can be used to your advantage. Even when you get stopped out, you can use this stuff to your advantage. See, NASDAQ did work. We just simply were focused on gold, and I didn't want to chase the entry because you want to get the good entry right over here. Now we're starting to make the A2s. Now it gets really, really interesting. Are we gonna run the lows or not? So I'm gonna watch NASDAQ a little bit. Hi, Calvin. Nice to see you from Sweden by way of Atlanta, Georgia. On the resets, you don't have to. No, you're not gonna buy the account. I'm telling you to um, this is a good deal for you. Like it's not a good deal for me because obviously you're not using my code, but I want you guys to have the best possible deal, and this is a great deal. The resets are just an amazing payout, amazing savings for you guys. So you should use right now. If you failed accounts that were $19, you can reset them for 25. It's a really really good deal. And don't worry about the renewal, Jay. You're going to blow the accounts before they renew. And if um, you're not, then I would cancel them because they renew at a higher rate. So the whole idea here is this takes 3 hours to get funded, right? Like this account I started this morning. So you're in the business of trading for 30 days on a micro level. That's what we do on our funded accounts. We have all the time in the world, and we're trading small. But here, we're just slinging it. I don't know what the PA fee is. It's like 80, maybe. I'm not sure. It's definitely discounted, but it wasn't as good as the one before. You could look at it and see what they do. Gold testing highs again. Gold is coming back up. Should we try and do the? I didn't take this A2 again. It's kind of it's we really want gold to kind of break through because see, gold is just hitting that cement ceiling. And it's almost like for gold, we really need to. It's probably not a bad trade here for gold, but man, I'm like 3 times burnt on gold already, so I'm not sure I really want to do this. Like third time it's testing these highs. It's tempting to want to get long here because it is a signal. It's probably would have worked. Let's wait patiently. If they're going to break highs, there'll be more continuity. If it hits the yeah, it looks like they're taking it higher. Yeah, I should have pulled the trigger on here, but that happens sometimes. The market will psych you out. You take a trade, it kind of fakes you out 2 or 3 times on the highs. You're like, ugh, they can't break through. And of course, on the 4th time, just when you give up, they will break through. Market is always playing games with you. But we have like all of this confluence here. We really want to see it break through higher. Like the next A2, which will take us maybe to like 380, probably very much worth trading. See now it's starting to go through the New York session highs and the London session highs. Now, if this holds, we'll trade this. I can't do a kill shot on this because I don't have enough. It's not going to make a difference, and so there's no point in loading up. Six, 3, 2, 1. All right. Long here. Let's see if this is going to take care of us. Maybe not. I'm watching NASDAQ, which is giving me an A2. I'm going to sell NASDAQ too. Again, single shot. Gold gets done. Let's see where my NASDAQ is. NASDAQ NASDAQ also gets done. So now I'm like really nice and close into that kill shot territory. But I gotta go. So I might just simply hold off on this for a while. But this was, it's a really good example. You see, so I was kind of doing two at the same time because I was watching both charts. So this did break to the highs. Did get us close. Had we been, had we been in the 600s before, I could have done like a big kill shot mode. But this is still, this is again a good example of what I was talking about. You see London, we break higher, that 80 level. We could have really if we had a little bit more confidence, we could have really plowed into it, and they would have taken out the highs. Now, on the other hand, with NASDAQ, we're kind of consolidating around the bottom. If we start breaking this low, the New York session low, that's going to be an interesting trade for us, and maybe that will be my kill shot trade for the funding of this account. We'll see. It'll take maybe another 5 to 10 minutes, or maybe another half an hour. I'm going to run because I got to go. I have a meeting, guys. But gold testing highs again. This time should break. Every time it hits, makes the structure weaker. You're right. You're right. It definitely worked. So Copies is asking me, why did I break up with Kathy? I don't know if you guys saw the video. She posted a video this weekend. It was like, I think, her 14th wedding anniversary with her husband, who's a great guy, a saint in my opinion. And she was like, "Oh, I want to introduce you to my husband, and it's now Boris." And then she goes, "And if I was married to Boris, we'd probably kill each other." I'm like, that's the truest thing you've ever said in your life. I've said the story before, but it's always hilarious. Like, during COVID, like, he was, oh shit, we have I'm like really looking at this A2 setups here, kind of very carefully. They're really testing the bottom here. I can't do a full kill shot, but maybe we'll do a. Oh, look at this! There we go. 16, 17 seconds left. I'm going to try and do a kill shot. This is going to be do or die, boys. Do or die. All right. Let's short this. And we're done. And we're done. Look at that. How nice is that? Everybody sees that? I did the kill shot, and now we're at 53. So that was good. All right. Anyways, I'll finish the story with, so it's COVID. Like, we're all obviously still we always work from home, but her husband was working from home that day. And, Kay and I get on the phone, and as usual, just start yelling at each other like crazy. And like, he gets really upset. Like, he's like, "Are you guys okay?" Like, because we're like cursing at each other, just like, "You're a fucking moron. You know what you're doing, blah, blah, blah." And she looks at him like, "Yeah, what's the matter with you?" Like, like this is how we talk to each other every day. And it was just so funny because we both started laughing, because we would never in 1,000 years talk to our spouses the way we talk to each other. But like, that's what happens when you're business partners with somebody for 20 years. It's just really funny. So yeah, we absolutely would kill each other if we were actually married to each other. Anyways, all good, guys. It was a really fun session. We got totally funded on the kill shot. Doing everything like I said. We broke the New York session lows. We took the shot. It was great. It's exactly the game plan as it worked out. So I'm so glad. Tomorrow, mini macro marathon. Say that 3 times fast. CPI, 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to trade that till at least 10:30 tomorrow for fun. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Great session today. And let's do the same thing tomorrow. Everybody have a great day. Take care.